What is up, YouTube? This is DEFCON 3 Security coming at you from somewhere here on Spaceship Earth. So I'm going to do a few videos tonight just to answer some of the questions in the comments. So today's first question comes from Donald Davila, and he writes, is it better to get your guard card in person or online? Well, that depends, Donald. If you go in person to get your guard card, right? It's roughly an 8-hour course. Granted, I have never seen the course go for longer than 8 hours. Usually you get out in 4 hours, sometimes 3 hours, depending on the size of the class. Sometimes you get there and they're like, hey, we're going to skip the videos. And, if you know the answers, we can go straight to the test. I don't think that follows the BSIS standards, but people do it all the time. So I'm just throwing it out there. So if you go in person, dude, you might be stuck with an 8-hour class. And in my humble opinion, that is it's a disadvantage, right? You're sitting there for 8 hours. You're going to be burned out. By the end of the class, you're not going to know where your head is, where your feet is, because you're just going to be so tired. So my suggestion is, if you really don't know anything about security and you want to get as much input as you possibly can, take the class. Go in person and you'll talk to a live person. They'll be able to answer all of your questions, right? That's a plus. You know that your money is going to help support somebody and not just some website. You're putting food on the table for somebody. This person, when you take their class to become a guard, they might give you some local advice. That's what happened when I took my guard card class. I actually went to an actual place and they're like, hey, if you're looking for a job, we're hiring. Right now, that would have never happened had I went online. But you can expect to pay more. See, when you take these classes in person, you're talking $80, $100 for that initial guard card. You go online, you might be spending anywhere from $20. I've seen $19.95, get your guard card, up to $50, $60. So, the positives of doing it online is generally it's quicker. Once you complete the course online, you can just hit the upload button and then there you go. It'll start the process of getting you your card. I did have one of the persons in the comments say, hey, I wanted to do the online thing, but I was afraid that it could be a scam. And that's a good question. Like, you upload your credit card information, you take this course, and next thing you know, you get some card, but it's not exactly a BSIS approved card. So you're taking a chance there. I taught emergency response for, I'm thinking 12 years, maybe 14 years. And a lot of times people would come to my class, right? And they'd say, yeah, I did the course online. Then I went to work and they said, yeah, we don't accept the online course. We only accept in-person courses. So now they went online, they paid like $60 to try to get it over with and do it online. And then they ended up having to come to me and give me $100 to do it in person. And they would say, do I get any kind of credit for doing it online? I'm like, bro, I have no affiliation with that online company you did it with. So why would I give you a discount? Like, you should have went to me in the first place. So they would end up having to pay double. So, it goes both ways. There are a lot of legit online companies that will get you your guard card, but I would err on a side of caution and actually do it at a facility that's close to you. And that way you can build a relationship with them. At some point you might be looking for a job and they can hook you up, or, you might need to go to them for some sort of clerical errors, like, hey, you guys spelled my name wrong, and they can fix it right there on the spot. Or somewhere down the line you might want to get your taser certification or your firearm permit. That you do have to go in person. There is no way around that. So, in the end, I think going in person is a lot better than doing it online. Yes, there's a certain sense of convenience for doing it online, but if you're a new guard and you've never been through this process before, I say do it in person so that you can get all your questions answered versus going online and finding 50 different answers for one question and then not knowing what is the right answer. And also the thing about going online and researching stuff about security, it is certainly contingent on what state you're in. What may be true in California may not be true in New York. So if you take something locally, they will teach you the local standards, teach you the local laws, and you'll know that that's what you're going to be working with, right? So, hey, I'm going to keep this video short. We're going to end it now. I hope that answered your question, Donald. I personally give +1 to doing it in person versus online. It's got the DEFCON 3 approval, brother. Anyways, know your worth, know your value. Above all, be safe.